So the Rupa and Sanatana, when they were young children, they didn't think we're living in East Bengal. They thought, oh, see this tree, see this Kadamba tree that's leaning over the Padma River, or whatever, I think it's Padma. See this Kadamba tree, the branches like this? This is Kali Kadamba. This is Kaliyadaha. This is Kaliyarad. This is where Krishna climbed it, and this big branch, Krishna jumped, he flapped his arms like this. First Krishna tied his hair back in a ponytail, then he tucked in his dhoti, he tied his dhoti really tight, and then he slapped his arms like a wrestler. Kaliya, Vrindavan terrorist, Kaliya. So Krishna stood on the branch of that Kadamba tree, flexing his childhood muscles, his 6-year-old muscles. He's only about, I think, 6 years old or 7 at maximum. Okay, Kaliya, watch me. Doom. And then, so they didn't see this is some Padma River, a branch of Ganga, and they said, no, this is Jamuna, this is a Kali Kadamba. So this was their bhav. It's called bhav dristi. So this is what Jiva Goswami is telling. These two levels of living in Vrindavan, if you're not living in Vrindavan. If you're living in Manipur, Imphal, or living in Paris, living in France, Francais. You're living in France, then you should think, oh, this river, what's that river over there? Seine River or something? Some river over there in France. This is Jamuna. And what great devotee is teaching this example? There's a very great devotee teaching this example, besides Rupa and Sanatan. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam. Even from birth they knew the Manobishtam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri Vipralamba Kshetra. Right? Durlabh Kshetra, Sri Kshetra, Vipralamba Kshetra, Purushottam Dham, right? Sri Kshetra, He was in the same bhav. He went into every deity has a bagicha. Every deity in Vrindavan we have Banki Bihari's bagicha, and we have Rangaji's bagicha. There's a big temple of Rangaji, South India, and Prabhupada used to go in the morning when he didn't walk on Chatikar Road. He would get in the car and say, "Let's go to the bagicha." And they would go to Rangaji's bagicha. I've walked in there trying to remember Prabhupada. This holy tirtha, Rangaji's garden. There's a raised footpaths and lower on both sides, and all fruit trees and flower trees and all these things, flowers. So Prabhupada walked there in the morning sometimes in Vrindavan. So every Thakurji has his deity garden, has his deity pukur, has his bathing place. But so Jagannath for 1,000 years is Jagannath Vallabha Gardens, the beloved gardens of Jagannath. And there's so many coconut trees there providing coconuts for Jagannath, and there's so many flowers and latas and vines and sabjis. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there 500 years ago, he didn't see it like that. He saw this is Vrindavan, these are the kunjas of Vrindavan. This is the kunjas of Vrindavan. And he was searching for, and these are the kunjas of Vrindavan. This was Kunjavan, this is Nikunjavan. Nikunja may, right? Viraje. He said, where is our Kunja Vihari? So he went into this kunja and he said, oh, I'm in Vrindavan. This is a kunja, this is a beautiful kunja. Where is my Kunja Vihari? Oh, Kunja Vihari. Kunja Vihari, Kotai. And there's so much ulas, so much utkantita, so much purvarag rising in his heart. Where is my Lord? Where is my Lord? Kotai, Prema Mayi, Kotai, where's my Lord? Then he sees, standing under a tamal tree, beautiful Lord, and then Govinda, and him running, and then Krishna disappears. Only the fragrance, only the sugandhi is permeating the entire Jagannath Vallabha garden. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't see that as Jagannath Vallabha garden, he saw it as Kunjavan Vrindavan. Kunjavan. The Brittany Kunj. A very private, beautiful kunj, and my Sham Gopinath is there. And then, when he was going, he went to Tota Gopinath to hear Bhagavatam from Gadadhar. And then he came an afternoon, one day, after leaving there. And he saw this Chatak Parvat, this hill of sand. Because the wind blows this way and that way on the sea coast. On the seaside, the wind, big hurricanes come and they push all the sand this way and that way. And all the sand had collected to make a big hillock there. So when Mahaprabhu saw, ha Govardhan. Hey Radhe Vrajadevaki, he's in this mood. He's singing, this is Govardhan Hill. And he's running. And all the devotees are chasing him across the sand dunes. He's singing his Govardhan. So this is what is being told here, is that to live in Vrindavan means, or to live like we're living here, and this Navadvip Dham. So we should be thinking of the pastimes of the Lord. And of course everything here is connected with the Lord. So this is the meaning of living here in the Dham, is to remember the Lord's pastimes. And one by one we can do Manasik Parikrama. We chant japa, we can do Manasik Parikrama, we can chant and think, oh, now it's the morning. I'm chanting my japa, Mahaprabhu is waking up a few hundred meters from here. And I have some seva there. Just like I'm doing seva here, I'm making flowers. But I'm making these flowers, and I'm picking these flowers, and this is Mahaprabhu's Bagicha. And I'm walking down the street here to Mahaprabhu's house. And I meet Ishan at the door. I say, Ishan, I made this beautiful garland for Mahaprabhu. Has he woken yet? No, he's a little tired from Rasa Kirtan. Last night he was dancing so much, enthusiastic. It was Sharad Purnim last night. And the full moon, he was so much in Braj Bhav. He was dancing. He forgot himself in Braj Bhav, so he's sleeping a little late. Oh, please, you take this garland. As soon as he wakes, and after he cleans his teeth, then you please offer this garland. So chanting Mala and thinking of the Lord's pastimes here in Mayapur, Navadvip. So this is, for those in the Dham and those out of the Dham, they should see their environment like this, connecting everything. Not seeing the external representation, but using that, what we're seeing, to be a reminder of the eternal. Everything here should be a reminder of the eternal. That's Jiva Goswami's instruction about, all right, live outside of Vrindavan, but don't live outside of Braja Bhav. Live outside of Navadvip. You go to Australia to collect money, you go to Russia to collect money, you go to Europe to collect money and come back, whatever. But don't live outside of Navadvip Bhav, Braja Bhav, Mayapur Bhav. Okay, go there. But then you're going down, you see this, anything you see, you try to connect it. Oh, I'm in Mayapur. And the other example which someone mentioned, a great devotee who was always in this Braja Bhav, was one which we mentioned before, and Path of Perfection, and the introduction to Path of Perfection is one collection of lectures Prabhupada gave on the 6th chapter of Yoga, which they made a book of those lectures. I think it's called Path of Perfection. And in there, Prabhupada was speaking, he's saying, do not think that I'm sitting in a New York apartment. Actually, I'm in Vrindavan. But for the rest of us, it's very much New York City. Trucks and cars and police sirens. You listen to Prabhupada's tapes from 1966, and it sounds like a war zone. Prabhupada was giving class, and it was July 1966. It's New York City. It's the Lower East Side. It's hot. It's summertime. It's could be 35, 36, maybe 40 degrees. New York gets very hot. I've been there in the summer. So Prabhupada has the doors of the storefront wide open. The doors are open, and it's right on the main street. Trucks and buses and cars, and you hear the lectures. Hear these cars beeping, trucks, big exhaust and big Tata truck type, boom, boom, boom. Big noise of trucks. Then hear sirens. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tehino Shminyata. Prabhupada is relaxed and completely absorbed in the timeless philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, trying to uplift us and enlighten us. And meanwhile, this whole circus is going on 20 feet away from the Vyasasana. Maybe 25, maybe, 20 meters, maximum 20 meters from the Vyasasana. where some of the devotees are sitting, that was the street. There's a small storefront, maybe, I don't know, 15 maximum, maybe 12 meters lambe, 12 meters long. And then the street, trucks, home. But Prabhupada, he was not in New York City, he was not in the Lower East Side, he was in Vrindavan. Or he was in the Battle of Kurukshetra, he was preaching Bhagavad Gita. And then he's with Krsna Radharani and giving the timeless teaching in such a sweet and intimate way. Then he's speaking Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is the teaching, that our bhav determines our reality. Our bhav determines our present reality, and our bhav determines our future reality. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam dyajit yanti kalevaram. Krishna says in the dying chapter 8 of Gita, that smaran bhavam, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam, that bhava, that feeling that we're cultivating in our memory, that feeling, that loving mood that we're cultivating by our constant practice of memory and smaran and remembering Krishna, that will be tested, and that will carry us into our next reality after death. And that should be our reality now. So our bhav determines our present reality, and our bhav determines our future reality. So, therefore, there's a type of vision. There's vision and there's bhav. So in the vision and the bhav, the outward vision and the inward and the inner, when the inner bhav and the outward vision combine, so when the inner bhav combines with the outer vision, that is known as bhav dristi. Bhav dristi, seeing through the eyes of bhav. So some devotees are coming with a kirtan party, and they have some trolley, some little car, some wheels on it, and some very high-powered, very effective and high-powered sound system. I appreciate it. It's quite an impressive sound system they have. This Harinam party here. And then, standing on the cart, above all that transcendental sound, is Nitai Gaur, or Gaur Nitai, are dancing. And all the bhaktas are there. So we can say, oh, here comes so-and-so. Every day they come with a kirtan party. But if someone is in the mood of Navadvip Bhav and Mayapur Bhav, at least trying, and he's in his room, and all of a sudden he hears his kirtan, he comes out, and he actually sees, he's seeing Gaur Nitai, and all the bhaktas and ecstatic kirtan, and he just collapses on the ground. He just collapses and is toppled. He becomes toppled by the weight of his own bhav at that experience. Gaur Nitai are coming to me. And all the devotees are coming with the holy name. They're coming to deliver me. They're coming to my door, to my house. The Lord Himself with His devotees. To such a fallen soul. How fortunate I am. And the devotee will fall before the Lord. And he'll pray. He'll say, oh my Lord, please, will you run over me? Like the Jagannath cart. Like people, they go to Puri, they throw themselves under the Jagannath cart. Oh Jagannath, just run me over, take me away. So this feeling can come in a devotee, if the bhav is there. Otherwise, oh, here they go again, making, oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's too loud. I'm in my room studying shlokas. Why are they making so much noise? I'm studying shlokas. Why are they outside? Hare Krishna! Chanting with an ecstatic joy. Dancing with their Lord. Going around. Come everyone, come. Jeev Jago. Uto, look. The Lord is coming. So what? Big deal. You can imagine these very same streets, Lord Nitai and Gaur were coming down the streets surrounded by their kirtan party. So, the only difference between seeing the Dham and not seeing the Dham, one is Bhav Dristi, one is Jada Dristi. Jada Dristi is the vision of Jad, the rock, inert, non-living matter. Jata dristi, seeing dead matter. Bhumirapo nalovayo, this is dead matter, just seeing the external dead matter. Jata dristi. But bhav dristi removes the cover. What is invisible becomes visible. Naham prakashi sarvasya, Krishna says. It becomes prakash. When the bhav rises, then reality becomes visible. The spiritual reality becomes visible depending on the extent of the bhav. Becomes prakash. But naham prakashya sarvasya. I am not naham. Naham prakashya sarvasya. But I am not manifest to those who aren't absorbed in yoga maya. I am not manifest to those who are not developing their bhav dristi. I am forever covered by my mahamaya potency.